Welcome to As Fresh as It Gets, the show where we're going to let you meet the growers in San Mateo County, the food producers, and the people behind the scenes who make it all happen. Today's guest is Anthony Chang, founder and CEO, or executive director, I believe, of Kitchen Table Advisors. Welcome, Anthony.
Thank you so much for having me, Anne.
Thank you for being here. Tell us about Kitchen Table Advisors. It's not exactly a household name unless you're a grower. What's it all about?
Well, Kitchen Table Advisors is a nonprofit, and what we're all about is supporting the people, the sustainable farmers and ranchers who steward our land and who grow healthy food for our communities.
And how do you do that? I mean, did you found it? You are the founder.
So
yes.
I'm the founder of Kitchen Table Advisors, and our mission is really around supporting the economic viability of the next generation of sustainable farmers and ranchers. And the work that we do and how we do that is we have a team of business advisors that sit down with farmers on a regular basis and talk to them about business planning, financial management, access to capital, access to markets, and whatever needs that they may have in terms of going on their journey from scraping by to making a living farming.
So would you say, Anthony, you're taking people who are growers but they're not necessarily business people, is that right? Yeah, sorry, Ann. So the people that we work with, the farmers and ranchers that we support, are generally folks that are really good at production, really good at growing food, have been able to get it to markets. And I would say that they're people that just haven't run a business before. Most of them are super smart, resourceful, naturally entrepreneurial. And what we try to do is just provide a support system and a sounding board so they can get access to information and resources and tools to help them exercise those muscles around good business practices. So they have the passion for what they do, certainly, and the knowledge of what they do. And how do you find your business advisors? They're not from the ag world, or are they?
The business advisors, the team that we have, actually does come a lot from the agricultural world and a lot from the small business world. Everyone on our team that does business advising has worked on a farm before, and they bring experience in running small businesses, working on farms, advising farmers, and we're lucky to have a team that has this kind of experience and talent to be able to share with the farmers and ranchers that we support.
How did you gather them? How do you get people like that on board with a project like yours?
Well, it's all about the mission, and it's all about the people, and it's really probably mostly about the farmers and ranchers that we support. I mean, the way that we see it, the farmers and ranchers we support are social and environmental change agents. The work that they're doing on the ground with the land, producing healthy food for our communities, it's actually pretty easy to get people on board with being able to support these amazing leaders in our community. And so as long as we have a container for these people to be able to exercise and leverage their experience to be able to help these farmers and ranchers in our community. It's my job in getting these folks on board is pretty easy once we can kind of lay out that landscape of what we're trying to do.
And your advisors are volunteers, or are they paid?
We have a staff of paid business advisors that do work in the San Mateo coast as well as other parts of Northern California. Our business advisors are paid staff, and on top of that, we do have a volunteer farm advisor team where our paid staff business advisors can leverage experts in legal, HR, marketing, communications, where they can come and do a surgical strike in terms of a farmer needing an issue around how to bring people on board, how to write job descriptions, et cetera, legal issues that they may have.
Nice. Now, how are you funded if you have a whole paid team?
Well, so we're super lucky to have a community of individuals and businesses that give their time, their money, and their social capital, all really in service of being able to support these farmers and ranchers that are doing incredible work in our community. We have individuals and families that are supporting our work. We have values-aligned food businesses, so organic produce distributors, natural food grocery stores, et cetera, that really believe in the work that we're doing with these farmers. We have local corporations their philanthropic dollars are going to us, as well as community foundations.
Now, you have some kind of a relationship with Peninsula Open Space Trust, Post, is that right?
Absolutely. We have a deep and growing relationship with Post. And Post is doing incredible work on the San Mateo coast, helping preserve agricultural land. And there's a nice evolving partnership where they're conserving ag land, helping farmers get on that land and have paths to long-term land stability. And as these farmers are navigating that journey, we're helping them on the business and financial side do what they need to do to get the business house in order on their farm business so they can take advantage of these opportunities that Post is really beautifully bringing together.
Nice. That's a perfect synergy, right?
Absolutely.
That's great. And at a single time, how many growers or farmers do you think your organization is helping, or do you tackle them one at a time?
So we have cohorts of farmers that we take on every year. We're currently working with about 40 farms and ranches in Northern California. We'd like to be able to increase our capacity to be able to work with 50 farms at a time, and over time be able to support hundreds of sustainable farmers and ranchers in the region.
And you're going on site as well, is that right? I mean, you go on site at the farms to advise them?
Absolutely.
What a service.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our business advisors have the opportunity to be able to go to the farm, sit down with farmers and ranchers at their kitchen table, and to be able to do this one-on-one business advising with the farmers. And it's been reflected back to us by the farmers and ranchers that we work with that, both literally and figuratively, we're meeting farmers where they're at and being able to come to their farm and be able to be on their computers with them, be on their accounting systems, analyzing their financials, working with them on loan applications, et cetera, to be able to help them take the next steps in their journey to building a viable farm business.
That's fantastic. Now, I know in a minute we're going to look at a clip from Blue House Farm, and I know you are just recently, I think, working with Ryan Casey, whom we're going to see in a minute. Tell us a little bit about your work with Blue House.
Sure. So my colleague David Mencera has the pleasure of being the business advisor for Ryan and his business Blue House Farm. And Ryan's in a really, as we were talking about Post just a minute ago, Ryan has this really special opportunity where Post has preserved this agricultural land on the San Mateo coast, and Ryan has a lease with an option to buy this land at some point over the next few years. Post has done an incredible job creating this opportunity for farmers like Ryan, and Ryan is in a position where, again, he's a great farmer, he's done a great job getting to markets.
Absolutely.
And he's a super smart, naturally entrepreneurial farmer, and has just never navigated this journey before of how to buy a complex transaction of being able to buy a property. So David is really sitting down with Ryan on a regular basis to support Ryan on the things that he needs to be able to line up the financial scenario, line up the financing, talk through all of the business issues so that Ryan could take advantage of this really special opportunity to be able to have long-term land stability and keep this land in agriculture on the San Mateo coast.
That's phenomenal. Now let's take a look at Ryan. He's a classic success story, and he's still expanding. Let's just take a look.
Great.
We're here with Ryan Casey, owner of Blue House Farm, and I know, Ryan, we've been out to your other farm, but you have an awful lot of things that are new with you. We're in San Gregorio now as opposed to Pescadero. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I started leasing a new land a couple years ago, new piece of land here in San Gregorio. We're 1 mile from Highway 1, right. And we're right off of Highway 84 here. And we've launched a couple new things this year. In addition to just growing vegetables out here, we also now have a farm stand, as well as a U-pick strawberry operation.
Well, that's fantastic. So if people want to go to the farm stand, when is that open?
That's open Monday. It's open every day of the week through the summer. During the spring and fall, it's only open on the weekend, so it's good to check our website before you drive over. But the plan is to be open all summer.
Great. Yep. So in terms of picking your own strawberries, that's what people are picking, right? Strawberries? Or?
Yeah, we do U-pick strawberries, which start up in around April, May, and go in through October. And then we shut down for the winter. We also have U-pick pumpkins. So in the fall, right during pumpkin season, we're growing quite a few pumpkins out here, and people have the opportunity to come out and pick their own pumpkins out of the field.
Do people need to reserve ahead, or do they just show up for that?
Nope,
or?
You can just show up, but like I said, check the website, make sure that we're open in case it's a off day or something like that. Yeah.
And then you teach them, strawberries I would think would be fairly simple to pick. A pumpkin, does that require a knife, or do they actually just pull it off the vine?
No, they're pre-cut, and yeah, so they just go out. They go out, and the strawberries are a weigh and pay, so you pick your own strawberries, and then you bring it into the farm stand, you weigh it, and you pay by the pound. And the pumpkins are by size.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you still do your CSA boxes?
Yeah, so we distribute our produce a number of different channels. Mostly it's local. Mostly we sell almost all of our produce locally. You can find us at farmers markets, mostly in San Francisco, but we do a couple here in San Mateo. We do one at the College of San Mateo every Saturday from 9 to 1. And then we also do a little one here in Pescadero on Thursdays from 3 to 7. In addition to that, we have what's called a community-supported agriculture program, also known as the CSA, where we pick 8 to 10 items from the field, whatever's looking the best. There's usually a little bit of fruit, some lettuce, a variety of things to cook with. And then we distribute it to about 25 different drop-off sites around San Mateo and San Francisco County. And we do that weekly, and we do that year-round. And we have a few hundred members that receive our produce each week, and we're continuing to take on more members.
Well, I know your produce is fantastic, and I know with strawberries, very often you'll get a strawberry at the store and it'll be light pink or white inside, and yours are red through and through, right?
Yeah, we try and pick stuff at its peak when it is as most ripe as possible, and we get it out of the field into cold storage and then into a truck and then into your kitchen as quickly as we can. So that helps the flavor for sure.
So just to educate people in terms of what might be available at the farm stand or what you grow that might be in the CSA boxes, what are some of the things that you grow?
Yeah, we grow over 50 different vegetable crops as well as cut flowers. So we grow quite a few things. We grow tomatoes, strawberries, a bunch of different lettuces, carrots, beets, lots of potatoes, onions, broccoli, cauliflower. We also grow some weird stuff like kohlrabi and fennel and Romanesco. And so what we try and do is we try and produce the food that people are eating on a regular basis, but also introduce them to something new and exciting that they maybe haven't eaten before. So.
Well, congratulations on having a second operation, a second farm, and your amazing produce, and the location could not be more convenient. So thank you so much for having us here today.
Great, thank you.